Hey y'all, Hunter Elliott, rangehot.com. Hope you're doing well. This afternoon I'm finalizing my review of the Tyrant Designs Uni-Comp, which is basically a universal 1/2x28 compensator. So when you order it, it comes shipped nice in this box. We'll get it opened up here. Now you realize here at Range Hot we don't do the unveiling, the box opening where all you see is my fingers and the material. We want to see the guns running, you want to see the thing working, so that's how we do it. Open the box, everything is nice and secure. Got an assembly wrench here. You have the Uni-Comp itself, which consists of two pieces, a body and a stem, and then they're good enough to send you a little box of hearing protection. So when you order this, you can decide on what color you want. You got three choices on the stem. You can go with black, silver, or gold. I'm going to link to their website in the description below, all that sort of stuff. So if I go through something kind of quick, you know there's going to be an article on rangehot.com with all those links, and I'll also have them in the description below, so keep that in mind. So when you get this out, first thing you do is you pull the stem out. Now when you get it, it actually comes clean, but this one's pretty nasty because we've been running them pretty hard. You get 3 O-rings, just pull out one, and it rolls to the very end and fits in a little groove on your stem. You got 2 extras there if one of these ever breaks or whatever, but after probably 400 or 500 rounds through this, we've still been good to go. Now, let's talk about this thing. I told you it's a 1/2x28 universal compensator for anything that you've got threaded by 1/2x28, which is generally 22 long rifle, 9mm, that sort of stuff for your handgun. However, if you have a fixed barrel like this Ruger 2245, it doesn't work. And here's what we noticed. Actually, Chad figured this out. When you've got a standard pistol, now, as always, the magazines for these pistols are out. I have locked all the slots to the rear, and I've verified all the chambers are empty, so just keep that in mind. You see, like anytime you've got on this Glock with the Lone Wolf threaded barrel or the CZ with the CZ barrel, you've got a little bit of barrel sticking out before it becomes threaded. But with the Ruger or any fixed barrel, it's threaded right here, so all the way to the very end. So the way this works is when you go to thread this on, far enough, since you don't have that much barrel sticking out of it, the stem actually doesn't have enough threads to catch. So for what my experience has been, fixed barrel 22s doesn't jive, but that's okay. 22 is not that hard recoiling anyway. Be a man about it. I'm just kidding. So let's get back to it. So the 2 pistols we did run it on this is my CZ75 SP01 Tactical. And this is the one I reviewed, and then we got a bunch of the Cajun Gunworks parts and the Aluma grips, and then we upgraded the pistol, put a threaded barrel on it, and we did a review on that. So background on that gun. And this is a Glock 17 that I've been using forever, and I do have a Lone Wolf threaded barrel in it. So that was the 2 platforms we run the gun on. I'll show you on the CZ how this works. It's actually pretty simple. Here again, making sure that the magazine is out. We know the chamber is clear. There's no ammunition on the table. So I've got the slide lock to the rear. You take the body first and just kind of start threading on there. Now, what I learned is when I had this back and I went ahead and threaded it a lot deep into the gun, you can go so far when you get it flush like this, the slide won't rack, because the slide and barrel and everything does have to move rearward as this is unlocking from the radio locking lugs, be it the way this is designed or the Glock. That tilting barrel does begin to move with the slide. So basically what I had to do is just come out about a thread and check it. Now once you kind of got the setup like you like, we know the gun is empty. You got your stem, and just kind of hold this down. It's a little long-winded, but it ain't too bad. Once you get it hand tight, I showed you the wrench it comes with. Hold your mouth right, Hunter. It's been a long weekend, y'all. Just work with me. Snug her down, and she's good to go. It's actually a pretty useful design. They designed it in such a way where when you thread this thing on, you do not have to line or time these ports. It works every how you put it on, so you don't have to be so concerned about how this all goes together. Just get it good and snug. Make sure you got enough clearance where the gun will work and rack, and you'll be good to go. Adding a comp or a brake to any gun is going to do a couple things. It's going to mitigate a lot of that perceived recoil. Instead of the push up and back, you've got those ports pushing all that gas straight up. So it's helping push that gun down. If you're running a match or whatever, and you've got to make sure that Every tenth of a second counts. So if you can mitigate any of that recoil, pushing that muzzle down, it helps you transition from target to target or from shot to shot. So compensators and brakes certainly do have a place on not only a match gun, but a home defense, self-defense pistol as well, because it's going to make the gun a little more user-friendly as far as, here again, mitigating the recoil and getting back on target either from shot to shot or transitioning target to target. We run the CZ and the Glock. Like I said, probably all total 300 or 400 rounds, 400 or 500 rounds, hell, I don't know, a lot. And most do the CZ just because I favor that over the Glock personally. And it didn't induce any kind of malfunctions or misfeeds. So while they say there's no such thing as a free lunch, with a compensator or a brake, you're getting close. I mean, you do add a little bit of barrel length to it. So if you're going to carry your gun with a brake on it, the holster's going to allow for that extra barrel length. Other than that, there's really no big drawbacks to adding a brake to your gun. And at about $80, I mean, that's reasonable enough to where it's pretty good to experiment with, and it being not brand specific. If you want to take your CZ out today and shoot it, you put your Uni-Comp on, you run the gun, you're like, well, I'm going to run my Glock in a match or whatever threaded barrel you've got, then you can just transfer the Uni-Comp from gun to gun to gun. So it's inexpensive and it's pretty versatile, universal. Uni-Comp. It's almost like they planned that. So anyway, that's about all I got. Like I mentioned before, there's going to be an article on rangehot.com, so jump over there and check that out. If you got any questions or comments, let me know. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter. We do the whole social media gamut. Candy is always reminding me to remind y'all, hey, if you like the video, please subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. We're growing the YouTube channel. I mean, I've always focused on rangehot.com, the website where the articles and videos are, but I get a lot of good feedback from YouTube as well. So I'm going to try to concentrate on growing the channel a little bit more. So if you like it, subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe anyway and just ignore it when I post new videos. But if you don't like it, let me know why in the comments below, or shoot me an email or message me on Facebook or YouTube, whatever, and say, hey, this is something you could do better. I didn't like this or whatever. I'll take constructive criticism pretty well before I block you on social media. I'm kidding again. Anyway, all right, y'all. It's been a long weekend. I'm going to wrap this up. But again, I really appreciate your time checking out Range Hot, reading the articles, watching the videos. And that's about all I got. So I want you to take care of yourselves and each other. Look forward to seeing you at the range.